powder. Tattooing is the gunpowder that's not quite burnt. It's actually the gunpowder hitting your skin, causing little abrasions to the skin. So that tells me the end of that barrel was fairly close to her.
Her finding is consistent with Bob's claim that his wife was close behind him. But it doesn't rule out another ominous scenario.
Now, it also could go along where she's just walking around him and he turns around and shoots her. So what's that trajectory?
For the medical examiner, mapping the trajectory or path of a bullet is the next best thing to finding an eyewitness. In this case, it may show whether Bob Mileski is telling the truth or concealing a crime. According to Bob, a rifle hit the ground, causing it to accidentally discharge. If this is true, the autopsy should reveal that the bullet entered very low on Carol's body.
Okay.
To determine trajectory, Dr. G draws a straight line between the entrance wound to where the bullet lodged inside Carol's left buttock. What she finds at first is disturbing.
It looks like the gunshot wound's much higher. It looked almost as if the bullet was going in a downward path, because I knew where the bullet ended up. I could see that on her buttocks, and I could see the x-ray where the bullet ended up.
If the bullet entered from this high an angle, then traveled downward through Carol's abdomen and into her left buttock, it would mean that the rifle could have only been fired from a standing position. And it would suggest one thing: Bob is lying. Outside the morgue, the police arrive independently at a similar conclusion. Bob Mileski has insisted that his rifle went off accidentally, but when deputies try to duplicate the misfire, they fail.
We tested the gun and we bumped it and we could not set off the trigger that way. After I told him that we had already tested it for that and we could not set the trigger off, he said, "Oh my God, you think I pulled the trigger?"
Coming up next, Dr. G finally unravels the surprising cause of Carol's mysterious bruising.
As the abdomen expanded, it slapped against the thigh.
When Dr. G, medical examiner, continues.